How to get an E-1 treaty trader visa without trading goods? Watch this video and I'll share with you how. Hello everybody, my name is Jacob Sapochnick and I'm an immigration attorney based in San Diego, California. In this video I want to share with you a case study, a story of a client of ours that and the strategy that we followed about setting up an E-1 visa, treaty trader visa, without actually needing to trade actual goods, but using something different. So in this case, we've done a few videos about e-visas, and we have one specific one about the E-1, which we'll link up here. You can see it. But essentially, the E-1 is a treaty trade visa, which you need to have. You have to be a member of the treaty trade country list, and you need to have at least 50% of your trade with the United States and your foreign country. And most importantly, the trade must be one of a few things. Typically, it's goods, it's commodity, it's trade of something physical. But the law also allows us to do services and technology. And in this case, we had a client from Israel who came to us and said, listen, I have this technology, this process, to create physical training equipment, which is placed in parks and recreational facilities in Israel. And this is our unique patent, how we build it and how we structure it. But the actual product itself is not coming from Israel. It's coming from China because that's where they build it. It's much more cost effective to do it. And how do I use that to come up here, to come to the US and get a visa? And again, this person was not working for the company in Israel who was building the product. He was the one that had the patent and the technology, and so I couldn't get him over here on L visa because he was no longer working for that company. He was an independent consultant person who was about to retire, and he wanted to live in the US. So we went back to the rules and we realized that the E-1 visa allows you also to trade also in technology, and the fact that he had the patent, that he had the designs, and everything was designed in Israel, everything derived from Israel, but the actual products were coming from China. So we had to kind of come up with a plan. So first of all, we established the fact that 100% of the design and the licensings are coming from Israel. We also established the fact that the rights to build those products must be signed by the company in Israel and also be approved by the person who actually is the person who holds the patent, which is our client. Then we had agreements between this company in Israel and their manufacturing facility in China, who is also controlled by an Israeli designer who makes sure that the quality and the way everything is going to be built is based on the Israeli technology. We had all those agreements as well. Then we showed that the majority of the funds are coming from Israel to fund that build-up. And then we finally documented how it's coming to the United States. It was very interesting because when the person went to the US Embassy in Israel for his interview, he had to kind of break it down in the business plan how the process is happening. Where are the products deriving from? What is the rights of the Chinese manufacturer to create it? Everything went back to the Israeli company, to the Israeli patent holder, and to the Israeli idea that is also coming from there. And eventually, that company, who was going to be based in the United States in Los Angeles, also had contracts with the city and with the state of California to be able to build those parks, again, based on that Israeli innovation. So that's kind of how we tied it in together. So there were no actually goods coming from the treaty country Israel, but only the technology and the rights to manufacture and create everything that derived from that technology was Israeli. And while the actual physical products came from a different country, from China, that's another way to do it. So it could be a good opportunity for designers and developers from many countries that have the E-1 treaty, but they choose to build their products in countries like China or the Philippines or Vietnam, where manufacturing is much cheaper, but the creative ideas and the technology is coming from the treaty country. So that was a very successful case. That person got his E-1, and then a year later, because of this technology that is utilized for the good helping people lose weight, stay healthy, we're able to get him a green card as an exceptional entrepreneur, which I'll do a separate video on it later on. But that's how he was able to transition from his E-1 to a green card, because he was able to contribute to United States technology, and he showed why he didn't need to be a sponsor by his own company. He was able to be an alien of extraordinary ability, and he was able to get his green card that way. So that was that case study about how to get an E-1 without actually trading in goods, but in this case it was technology and IP. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have questions, or if you have any ideas or anything that you want to share with me, I'm here for you. So post your questions in the comments, and we'll see you in our next video.